All right, welcome back. Let's get into our trending topics for today. So let's see what's topping our list here. And that's Sonar Debate. Yeah, so Sonar Debate going on until about 8 o'clock last night. I managed to catch just the last couple of speakers that were there. I missed the rest of the day, but I saw the EFF's Floyd Shivambu. He was speaking. Then a couple of the ministers also speaking. But I mean, you know, it's all about talking to what the president had said at the State of the Nation address and bringing up some of the things that they agree with or disagree with. And yeah, of course, today we're going to see the president take to the podium again, and he is then, of course, going to give the reply. So that is something that we'll be looking at. I'm not 100% sure of the time. I know that there was about 4 o'clock this afternoon was something that they'd spoken to, but please let's not quote me on that one. We'll just have to wait and see when the official announcement comes, but that's what I did here. So yeah, the debate continuing. It's been for the last 2 days, and opposition parties, of course, all picking apart the president's speech, outlining what they believe are the shortcomings. So we've given you a couple of highlights in the news, and we'll continue to do so throughout the morning as well. A lot speaking to mostly the president's utterances on the fact that the government is not responsible for job creation, but the private sector. And that one was a very big one that many people and parties jumped on. So quite an interesting one. All right, next one. Prince Andrew. Now, Prince Andrew, I'm sure you know the whole story behind what's happened with Prince Andrew. So, you know, he was accused of sexually assaulting a teenage girl. This was about a couple of decades ago. And what had happened was he first completely denied that he even knew the lady, and it was absolutely a fabrication, wasn't right. And then what happened was, he then, of course, she took him to court, and they did an out-of-court settlement. We're not too sure what the amount is, but I've seen a couple of figures doing the rounds, and that is a big amount of money for someone you supposedly never met. Now, the reality is that the 61-year-old Duke of York has to pay this Virginia Gulf lady. She's a woman who had accused him of sexually abusing her when he was a teenager, and they reached a settlement, and this was in a Manhattan court. And this is just something quite extraordinary, because what many are saying now is that Prince Andrew is, of course, more than likely, he will never be able to resume a public role. Remember, he had to, of course, get rid of all of these titles and all the benefits that come with being a prince. And Britons are also talking to the damage that this has done to the royal family. But I mean, they're talking about a settlement of around £12 million. I mean, that is a lot of money. It's an exceptionally high amount of money, but that's being paid. And also asking, where's he going to get this money from? Does he have to now just get a normal job because he's not part of the royal family anymore? So it's quite a story, I must say. And all of this stemming from the late financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and that whole story. Just something crazy. But if it's justice for those victims, it's a wonderful thing. It really, really is indeed. All right, and then Mrs. Jones. Wow, this, I think, hit everybody yesterday. It seems like we're being struck from all sides by divorces. So this is one, Minnie Jones, divorcing her husband, which, you know, they had a whole, I think, reality program, Mrs. Jones. So the Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is that what it is? Okay, was that what it was called, the reality show that they were on together? I don't know. Keeping Up with the Joneses or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not cool enough. I don't know these things. Becoming Mrs. Jones. That's what it is. All right. So yeah, I've really got to up my reality TV watching. So yeah, apparently they're getting a divorce. Quinton Jones and Minnie Dlamini. And it was the whole documentary. We all watched this wedding. It cost so much money. It looked amazing. Their life looked amazing. And boom, they're getting divorced. So no one's happy about this one. And everybody's talking to the fact that do not show your wedding on Showmax, because if you do, you're setting yourself up for disaster. I don't know about these things. But yeah, anyway, so sad news for Minnie and her husband. So they are parting ways. All right, that's where we'll leave the trending topics for now.